Good morning, KELOLAND. I'm meteorologist Scott Muntz. This is Forecast First, and this is plenty of sunshine in our forecast. High of 42 in Sioux Falls today, 33 in Aberdeen, 46 in Pierre. And it looks like western South Dakota will hit the 50s. More details on the KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast coming up.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, KELOLAND This Morning.
This morning, a warning from federal investigators who say more fake prescription pills are showing up in the Midwest.
Plus, we have the latest on a Thursday morning shooting in western Sioux Falls that sent one man to the hospital with serious injuries.
And we speak with members of a task force about school boundary options that will go before the public.
Good morning. Welcome to KELOLAND This Morning.
Thanks for starting your day with us. People can go home sweet home all weekend long as the Sioux Empire Home Show kicks off this morning.
That's right. And KELOLAND's Max Sofer is there live to show us what the event is all about. What's in store, Max?
Well, Matt, we got a lot in store today. As you can see, I'm not hanging out in my living room today, although I'm kind of looking at maybe getting a new fireplace. I mean, you got this one, you got this. There's plenty of options here. This event, the Sioux Empire Home Show, is hosted at the Convention Center and the Sioux Falls Arena. Now, it's put on every year by the Home Builders Association of the Sioux Empire, and this is their 61st annual event they've had here. Now, they've got over 300 vendors showing off unique ideas to inspire your home. Now, the event is for everyone, whether you actually enjoy making your home projects or, much like me, don't know the difference between a cabinet or a cupboard. But later today, we'll be talking with the co-chair of the event, Dusty Rallis, about the show, then Will DeWitt of Quick Curb and what they're bringing to the event. Now, we got all that and more coming up in the next half hour, but for right now, I'm going to send it right back to you guys.
Looking forward to it. Thanks a lot, Max. Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. How's it going, Scott?
Good. Welcome to Friday. Temperatures are relatively warm. We have numbers that are in the teens and 20s across the area. Looks like as we do go through the day today, we'll have plenty of sunshine, warming temperatures as well. Numbers hitting the 40s across eastern and southeastern KELOLAND. Currently at 22 degrees in Sioux Falls. We have 13 right now in Aberdeen. It's 20 in Pierre and 19 in Rapid City. We do have some wind out there, but it's from the south, and that south wind helping us stay relatively warm, and it will continue to warm us as we go through the day today. So expect a high temperature in Sioux Falls of around 42, 33 in Aberdeen, 46 in Pierre, and 52 in Rapid City. We'll have more details on the KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast coming up.
Thanks, Scott. Well, many people are comfortable with taking a pill, and that's why the Drug Enforcement Administration says a growing drug threat in the U.S. is fake pills. The DEA says counterfeit pills are flooding into this country from Mexico. In this footage provided by the DEA of what was confiscated in a raid, you can see millions of pills are being made with pill presses. There have been several cases of people in South Dakota facing federal charges after ordering pills on the dark web.
There is a whole lot of misinformation that's going on out there, and people are dying at an alarming rate.
The DEA says law enforcement can't arrest its way out of the drug epidemic and that more education and treatment is needed to cut the demand for illegal substances. We put a copy of the DEA's drug threat assessment report on this story on KELOLAND.com. It also exposes the huge problems of meth and cocaine being smuggled to the U.S.
And those illegal pills are showing up in our area. The three men listed on your screen are serving federal prison time for selling pills they bought on the dark web to people in South Dakota. All three of the men thought they were buying and selling fentanyl, but in two of the cases, the pills turned out to be other drugs. Their sentences range from 5 to 10 years behind bars. You can take a closer look at their cases and what was in the pills they were selling under this story on KELOLAND.com.
Sioux Falls police are searching for the people involved in a Thursday morning shooting on the west side of town. Police say two men and a woman went into a mobile home along Regal Place and at some point shot a 27-year-old man with a rifle. The victim was taken to the hospital and had surgery. He is expected to be okay.
We've got a whole lot of questions. We don't really know what led up to this shooting. We don't know why it took place. There's some different pieces of information that have come in. But the main thing is we're looking at finding those three acquaintances.
Police are asking anyone who saw or heard anything in the area this morning to come forward. You can make an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers at 367-7007 or by using the P3 Tips app.
Well, it's your turn to help decide which schools Sioux Falls students will be attending in the years ahead. A task force has come up with two options for the school board to consider ahead of the completion of the new Jefferson High School and Ben Rifle Middle School. The public will have the chance to comment on the options during meetings that will begin next month.
I expect that there's going to be some good ideas that come out of those public sessions that will improve what I think has been a good process, and we've got good plans out there, but good can be better.
The School Boundary Task Force considered several factors, including balancing the economic status across the district and providing safe walking routes to school. The first public meeting on the boundary options will be March 12th at Memorial Middle School.
Well, high school students are getting some hands-on training when it comes to a career in the medical field.
We'll take you inside this interactive classroom. That's ahead on KELOLAND this morning. Big news for country music fans. Rising country star Luke Combs is coming to Sioux Falls. The Denny Sanford Premier Center announced Combs will play a show on Saturday, October 3rd. Tickets for the show go on sale next Friday, and I am going to this.
You are?
Very excited about it. Actually, I didn't know about it. I had a friend text me and said, hey, get us tickets to this thing.
And that's how he sounds?
Yeah, exactly.
You better do it and do it now.
Pretty much. He actually
Wow, he's kind of aggressive.
He said he needed tickets to it, and he capitalized need.
So he was yelling.
Yeah, so he was yelling in the text message. So we got our tickets, thanks to some seat licenses that my parents own, and
Very nice.
we're excited to go.
So it goes back to the mom and dad. Thanks to mom and dad, right?
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
There you go. I was
Yep.
waiting for that. How you doing on this Friday?
I'm doing great. It's Friday.
Friday.
It's finally getting warmer. The last couple days have not been fun.
No,
So,
it's been cold. Nice to see the sunshine, though.
the sunshine was nice, yes, and let's warm it up.
Yeah, we'll put the sun to work today, as well as the south winds that we have this morning. So warmer than average, Matt, as we go through this coming week, and that is something that we have been advertising for the past several days now. I think it all becomes a numbers game now, how warm we actually get as we do go over the next several days. And this warm weather may continue into early next week on Monday, and I did what Brian did earlier. I replaced that cold with cooler air that will eventually come across the upper plains, and then that sweeps through, and then as we begin the month of March, it looks like we will have warmer temperatures come in. But let's check our 10-day temperature trend. Now look at this. These numbers were, for the most part, well above average this weekend. And then we do slide a little, that cooler weather coming in next week. But look what happens next weekend. It looks like we'll have these temperatures warm again, back to the 40s. That's above average. As you see, the average high goes from 33 to 36. Aberdeen and northeastern South Dakota. Looks like temperatures will be above average for this weekend into the middle 30s, and then we do cool by midweek, and then we'll return again just in time for the weekend. How's the timing on that with these warmer temperatures coming in just in time for the weekend? It's like that happened this week and maybe next weekend and happened last weekend. So it's a nice pattern that we're in. In central South Dakota, temperatures warm to 50 for tomorrow, as we do have cooler temperatures coming in by Wednesday. We'll slice that in half. We go from 50 tomorrow to 25 on Wednesday, but back to the lower 50s for the weekend. 51 there for next Saturday. And into western South Dakota, numbers will be well above average. We're looking at numbers into the 50s. Some areas may even see 60-degree weather for tomorrow. And then we do fall to the upper 20s to near 30 degrees as we go into about midweek of next week. And then we have that warming trend again for next weekend. In Sioux Falls, temperature at 22 degrees. We have that south wind at 14. At 17 degrees in Watertown, 19 in Brookings, 21 in Huron, 13 this morning in Aberdeen, 20 in Pierre, and we have 19 in Phillip. Winds are from the south at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Notice how that covers eastern South Dakota for the morning, and we have a couple of wind gusts there over 30 miles per hour coming in at 36 in Sisseton, and a wind gust of 33 in winter. And we'll continue with our southerly winds as we go through the day today. We'll get rid of that cold air, warmer weather replacing it. And I think that will continue into at least the first half of the weekend. That storm system will stay to our south for Sunday. We'll probably thicken the clouds on Sunday, and numbers will be a little cooler here and there. And then we'll watch that next system come in from the west and northwest early next week. But I think we'll have limited moisture with this one. But when we hit that 7-day forecast coming up a little bit later, you will notice that we do have those chances for rain and snow. So our forecast today, warm. Temperatures in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. A high of 52 in Rapid City, 46 in Pierre, 33 in Aberdeen, and 42 in Sioux Falls. Tonight, numbers will fall to the teens and 20s, much like what we have this morning. And then for tomorrow, looks like we'll have highs in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. More details on the KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast coming up.
Good morning, KELOLAND. Thanks for waking up with us. It's now 16 minutes ahead of the hour. Here's a look at this morning's health news. High school students hoping to pursue a career in the medical field are getting hands-on experience.
The CTE Academy is offering an EMT course, helping students get a leg up before graduation. In this morning's Health Beat, we give you a look inside the classroom. Harrisburg High School senior Tucker Seamer hopes to become a nurse in the future. To jumpstart his medical career, he's taking this EMT course at the CTE Academy.
I definitely think becoming an EMT would help me get there and also prepare me for college and just future medical jobs.
Tia Tolk teaches the course and says no matter what a student's end goal in the medical field is, this class provides useful experience before heading off to college.
When you're applying to those programs, this kind of sets you apart from the rest of the cohort, that you already have these skills, you already have this patient contact, you have that ability, that comfort with a stranger, right, that you're able to go in and kind of do that patient assessment and work through it. You already have that. It's just, it really gives them a step up and a boost in confidence as well.
Students spend time doing a variety of hands-on activities in the classroom and even get to take their lessons in the hospital during a trip to Sanford Health.
It's one thing to read the book and see someone do it. It's another thing to actually practice it yourself. I find that I'm a lot better learner getting hands-on and doing things myself. That way I can learn from my mistakes.
Students even have a special guest visiting them every other week, a local paramedic with real-life experience.
It comes in and just runs through scenarios, answers questions that have come up in class, and just really kind of drills them on the skills because, you know, he's obviously worked in the field and knows the ins and outs and has really good stories. When students turn 18, they're able to get certified to become an EMT, and they say they're looking forward to it.
I'm really excited, and I think the rest of my class is as well.
Allowing students to graduate with more than just a diploma, but a head start in their future career. For more information on the EMT Basics course at the CTE Academy, go to this story on KELOLAND.com. In our other health headlines, changing up the amount of weight they lift could help weightlifters get stronger with less effort. That's according to a new study. Experts say athletes who lift varying weights from session to session became stronger than those who lifted the maximum weight load for all sessions. U.S. researchers say there's been a crucial move forward in efforts to develop vaccines and treatments against the new coronavirus. As of Wednesday, cases of infection with the virus have topped 74,000, the vast majority in China, including more than 2,000 deaths. Therefore, a quick path to a vaccine and effective antiviral treatment is being worked on by scientists worldwide. A new poll suggests that education is all that stops most Americans from embracing plant-based diets that are better for the planet. The poll of just over 1,000 adults nationwide found that 51% said they would eat more plant-based foods if they knew more about the environmental impacts of their eating habits. But 70% said they rarely or never discuss this issue with friends or family.
Mike Bloomberg is fighting back after a rough showing in his first Democratic presidential debate. Details on his response to critics ahead on KELOLAND this morning. On the heels of a fiery debate, the Democratic presidential candidates are gearing up for this weekend's Nevada caucuses. Mike Bloomberg, who's trying to bounce back after his performance, says he fears the party will nominate someone who won't beat President Trump in November. Laura Podesta reports from New York.
Mike Bloomberg says he isn't going anywhere. The former New York City mayor is moving on after his rough debate debut.
So how was your night last night?
On Wednesday in Las Vegas, the other candidates took turns bashing Bloomberg's wealth, his politics, and his record on race and gender.
The real winner in the debate last night was Donald Trump. Because I worry that we may very well be on the way to nominating somebody who cannot win in November.
Bloomberg, who isn't even on the ballot for tomorrow's Nevada caucuses, is already looking ahead. On Thursday, he campaigned in Utah, one of 14 states holding primaries on Super Tuesday.
I have really had it with billionaires, regardless of party, who think that the rules don't apply to them.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren remained on the offensive after leading the debate attack on Bloomberg.
Of all the people standing on that stage, he is the riskiest one for the Democrats.
At a rally in Colorado last night, President Trump mocked Bloomberg's performance.
I did great in the debates. I became president because of the debates, because unlike Mini Mike, I could answer questions.
New polls from some key swing states put the 6 leading Democrats ahead of the president in Michigan and Pennsylvania, but they all trailed the president in the potentially decisive state of Wisconsin. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
President Trump also said Senator Amy Klobuchar choked in the debate and again predicted that Senator Bernie Sanders will emerge as the Democrats' nominee.
It was a tough rush hour in Indianapolis Thursday. That's after a tanker carrying 4,000 gallons of jet fuel overturned and exploded on a major highway. It shut down I-70 in both directions for a while. The Indianapolis Fire Department says cleaning up the site is an extensive process.
And if you can imagine a 4,000-gallon metal tank split open, there is just not much left of it. So whatever happened to that tank when it split and caused it to explode like that, I'm sure that will probably all enter as part of the investigation, because it's completely split wide open. So when he hit the guardrail, he must have made a purchase point that when he turned it over, it just kind of came apart.
The driver was near the truck when it exploded, but not in it. The person has burns and was last reported in critical condition.
A bus burst into flames in New Jersey Thursday morning. There are no reports of injuries. About a dozen passengers were seen waiting in the median for another bus to pick them up. The bus is operated by Transbridge Lines, which runs service from western New Jersey and Pennsylvania to the Port Authority bus terminal in New York. There's no word on what caused the fire.
At least 2 people are dead after a train derailment outside of Melbourne. The train was traveling from Sydney to Melbourne with approximately 160 passengers on board. Australian Ambulance Service, Ambulance Victoria, says a large number of people are being assessed but are not believed to be seriously injured. Police in Hawaii have arrested a 47-year-old mother wanted in Idaho in the disappearance of her children. Lori Vallo's children, 7-year-old Joshua J.J. Vallo and 17-year-old Tylee Ryan, have not been seen since September. Vallo and her husband Chad Daybell fled Idaho for Hawaii 2 months after the kids went missing. Hawaiian authorities ordered Vallo to turn her children over to them in January, but she failed to do so. It's not known if the kids are in Hawaii. Vallo moved to Idaho and married Daybell shortly after her estranged husband was killed in Arizona. Daybell is not facing charges in the disappearance of Vallo's children.
Local news headlines are coming up at the top of the hour, but first, let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens.
All right, weather is quiet this morning. It's also looking warmer today and into the weekend. But it is a difference here because remember, we've got snow on the ground, and in particular, as we visit with Scott Munn about this morning, it's looking like, yeah, the Northeast, you're going to be cooler, and yeah, we can't get as excited about, really warm weather, but still 30s are going to be, I think, sufficient for the inevitable car wash warning. Now,
It's a warning now.
Yeah, I put an asterisk by it because for the Northeast, it's not quite as nice. But you know what? I think you'll still be pretty busy there, Scott. So I know your car's not red, but you know, you'll be out there doing at least a couple things, right?
Oh, definitely. I'll try to spend as much time outdoors as I can. My car's looking pretty good. Actually,
Yes.
I washed it a little earlier in the week, so I'll be spending time by the grill.
Hey, oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's all right, too. We did get to the car wash with one of our vehicles yesterday, so that was kind of nice. And, yeah, we'll do that again. It looks like 40s, 50s today. Look at Rapid City, 52, Valentine 52. Tomorrow, well, 46 in Sioux Falls, 56 in Valentine, 36 in Aberdeen. So we kind of run the sixes there, but it's looking like overall a pretty good forecast. And Sunday, when we say cooler, this isn't really all that bad, is it?
No, I don't think so. And the thing about it, too, is we have a pretty good sun angle. So we'll do a lot of melting that way as well. I noticed one thing as I've been, walking around the neighborhood, that the snow has dried out a little bit. It's been so cold. You don't really see much melting going on, but it still dries out that snow. We have some sun beating on that snowpack. So I'm looking at it going, it's not going to take much to get a lot of this to go away.
Yeah, so we'll be looking at a little different landscape as we start next week, just a bit here. 38 on Monday, still melting a little bit, but it is cooler. And, of course, then our next story will be the chances of snow. Now, this is a 10-day total here, Scott, looking at snowfall. And you do see painted in blue there, western two-thirds of South Dakota. But you'll notice that, well, there's some gaps in there, too, which means that we don't have this solid storm track coming out of the Rockies. This is not going to be that type of storm. It's a different categorization. It's coming out in pieces. So I wouldn't yet, get extra gas for the snowblower. Maybe just kind of hold off on that, and maybe we'll get through and skirt by the rest of February.
I'm thinking of getting some sunscreen.
That might be a better idea.
No, not quite.
Well, maybe not. But you know what? We're thinking spring, at least getting closer each day. Well, there's your 7-day forecast. You've got 20-degree highs by day 6 and day 7. So, yeah, it'll cool off next week as we deliver chances of snow. But we've cut the chance a little bit as odds are going maybe a bit more west and south as each day carries closer to that. And it looks like for Aberdeen, again, you're not quite as warm, but you're in the 30s for a couple of days, and I think 33 through Monday. And then we bring in a 20% chance of snow. Looking at the wind, by the way, there's some wind with that, but nothing that really stood out to me as being overly windy. Maybe 20, 30-mile-an-hour winds could occur at some point, but if we can keep it under 40 and 50, that's at least some help, too. Because we know going into March, you can get some windy storms this time of year. Here in central South Dakota, you'll cool as well, 25 by Wednesday. And Rapid City in the west, well, you would expect warmer weather here, and we exactly have that. 52 today, 56 degrees tomorrow, and then those 20s and 30s early next week. And the chance of snow is a little bit better there across the west. More details are coming up.